Alright, you guys. Y'all don't know this, but I had an accident with the Can-Am and the Ace. It was a complete accident between me and the girlfriend. Freak thing. Nobody got hurt, thank goodness. But the Can-Am got some damage done to it, and so does the Ace. The Ace has more or less. Can-Am has more or less. I'm going to have to build the front cage. My front cage, if you look at it here, that one's straight up and that one's kicked out pretty far. This is the driver's side cage. It's kinked pretty bad right here at the top, and at the bottom it's pulled out. You can see where all the paint is broken off of it. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to build my own front cage, because it's going to be a lot cheaper than me trying to find a used one somewheres. I'm going to make it the same width. That way I can still use my roof and still have my light bar and still have my windshield and everything on it. But, yeah, I have to make new soundbar brackets because my soundbar broke off. My light broke off. My mirror, not my light, my mirror broke off in the process. Steering wheel is now bent, so I'm gonna have to get another one of those. My brand new steering rack is pretty shot, so I'm gonna have to buy another one of them. And I know I'm not gonna abuse the warranty process with Super ATV and try and get them to fix my mess up. Just rebuilt my rear differential. If you guys follow me on Instagram, y'all would see the side impact from it throwing the bike caused my bearings to come loose. So I gotta take my rear end back down again, take it all apart. None of my gearboxes are damaged. From what I see, none of my A-arms are bent, top or bottom. Thank goodness. Because let me tell you, these things aren't cheap. Super ATV has a great warranty, but again, I'm not going to abuse their warranty process by trying to get them to warranty out shit that happened from me and my girlfriend in an accident. My shocks all look straight. Everything looks good. My cage, this tire's kicked out pretty hard right now. I have no idea why. I'll have to do more looking to see where it might be kinked or bent, because everything looks very smooth and all the same. It's not helping that I have a tire that's debeaded and another tire that's flat. This one debeaded. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little project going on. I'm going to definitely keep you guys updated on what's going to happen and exactly how am I going to go about finishing this build. I'm still debating if I'm going to chop my cage or not. Now I'm gonna come walk out here and I'm gonna come and show you guys the damage done to the Ace, which it looks a lot worse than what it is. I'm gonna have to get a new front plastic. So I need new front fenders because it's all torn up and broken. This A-arm is kinked way down at the bottom there. My knuckle is good. It still drives. My shock is still straight. So my shock's not broken. None of my cage is bent on this one. My cage is all in good shape. It didn't break my roof or my windshield. The steering wheel looks good on this one. It's still drivable. I'm gonna get a new bed since the bed finally broke all the way. And this one looks pretty good compared to what I'm gonna have to do to the Can-Am. I guess they have about the same amount of damage. So yeah, I'm gonna have a lot going on. Not gonna be many riding videos. Maybe a lot of repair videos, which I already have repairs planned for this one. Front plastics aren't super expensive, but the bed is. The bed itself is like 250 bucks, so I'm expecting the front plastics to be like 150 to 250 bucks also. My A-arms are only going to be about 200 bucks. I'm going to go with some Super ATV arched 1.5" forward A-arms in the front, because I did plan on putting bigger tires on this thing anyway, and that's an upgrade that I've been wanting to do to it since I got it. This tire is debeaded also, and she actually hit me on this side, so I'm actually surprised to see that this side has no damage. The A-arm isn't kinked, nothing like that. My headlights aren't busted or nothing crazy like that. It's just my plastics are ripped up, and that tire, probably going to end up needing a tie rod in set 2, so we'll get to that. But the Can-Am needs a little bit more love. I'm going to have to borrow my neighbor's pipe bender and bend me some new fronts, which I'm going to make them to where they come up past here, and then they're going to bend back, and they're going to follow this angle, probably here, and then bend at the 45, and then come straight back. I don't know yet if I'm going to chop these off, and I'm going to make it come down flush, and I'm just going to saddle cut it here, and just make it come straight to just above the height of the snorkels to make it kind of level, and then down the snorkels to my adapter, which that would be pretty awesome. But I'm not debating because if I do that, then I'm gonna get everything's getting coated anyway. I decided that I'm going to take my entire cage off after I get it assembled, and I'm going to take it down to bare metal and paint it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint it white, match the bike. My plastics up here are ripped pretty bad, so I'm going to try and find me some plastics. At least I might just buy this section, because both of these are kind of broken too, but I could just silicone those on. Those don't have to come off and on constantly, other than for whenever I have to do like a wiring thing or something like that. Which this is my light bar wire, this is my sound bar wire. My sound bar ended up coming out alright. I just got all the push pins for all of these and everything came in. I have some more parts coming in tomorrow, actually, for the Polaris. But I'm putting a 5-point harness bar in it now, and they're both going to have 5-point harnesses or 4-point harnesses in them. And I got to buy new clamps back here because both my clamps broke. So I think it's going to be a good fun build. I don't see any issues with my front end where she had hit, except for right here where it's kicked in hard. But I think that doesn't help with the matter of that my tire's all crooked, and that the other side is pretty, my other side is debeaded. Because I think if I actually put air in my other tire and get the bead to pop back on after I take the tire completely off and wash it and all this other stuff, that it'll actually be all right. If I would do that to that tire, I think the tire would come out fine. So the way I got it back home was I ended up having to call a tow truck. My bumper's not too bad, but my hood's seen better days. So what happened is she actually hit me on the driver's side tire, and it made my bike flip up this way, and whenever it landed this way, that tire caught, debeaded, and it flipped me over. So that's why all of this is destroyed, and that's why the cage right here had a big kink in it, and she landed on this side with me in it, and she drug. Thank goodness it didn't hurt me much. The girlfriend's all right too. I'm just really happy that we're both okay, because both of these things can be fixed. This just gives me an opportunity to see how well I can actually build this thing, and I'm really eager to see how well. I'm really eager to see how it's going to work, because I done decided whenever I make my new cage, I'm going to make a cross brace here that runs across the front, And I'm going to put some arched, because it's going to come. I'm also going to put a bar across here. I'm going to put some bars that come in, and they're going to cross like it's a custom cage. So I have added support there. I'm probably going to put some stiffeners across here from front to back. So it's going to just be one big solid cage after I'm done with it. Because I'm still going to utilize the these to bolt it together. But I think I'm going to make some stiffeners that kick from here to here. And then a bar that probably kicks from here back. And then stiffener on that side too that kicks from there to there. And then I'm going to stiffen this too. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a gusset from here back to where that pipe is. And I'm going to gusset the other side from there back to where that pipe is. Then I'm going to have a bar that comes across probably about right here, all the way across level for me to make my, actually it's going to go from here. So I'm going to have to redo my snorkels possibly, or I'm just going to hook them back here to this bar here. I'm going to put them in and it'll curve on the back of my snorkels and it's going to go flat. And that's how I'm going to hook up my 5 points. So that's what I kind of have planned for this cage. If you guys have any other ideas, y'all let me know. Any other gussets that I possibly should add, because I'm definitely going to gusset up this cage, make this cage way stronger than what it was, which everybody says stock cages suck. I can't say much of nothing. I mean, look, my bike is, I'm 5'7", and this is how tall it is compared to me. Or it's not showing. Can't flip it. Well, here's how tall it is compared to me. This is my shoulder. So it's not like it's a small bike. It's a big bike. So it's going to be a really heavy bike. It had a really hard hit, and that's the worst thing that happened to that cage. So the stock cages are great. You don't have to splurge and go get a stock cage. I've just noticed that I'm having the opportunity to build a cage, which I'm really grateful for everybody that's been here. And I've just noticed something with the other side. It looks like that it's, yeah. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's down. So I don't know if this has anything to do with, and that's why that paint is kinked up here, because I have a kink right there, right where that thing is. Oh, well, looks like I might be building an entire cage. Looks like it's getting chopped, is what it looks like. So what's now going to happen is I'm probably going to end up chopping it right here, get rid of the top part, and I'm going to remake me an entire flip, because now I noticed that that part right there is bent. So I'm going to try and keep the bottom half of the cage the same, where it's the 2 bars going up, because I kind of like that look. I don't really like the single bar in the back. I like 2 bars in the back because I feel more safe with it. So looks like I have my work cut out for me, because it is definitely kinked right there. This definitely has a kink there, because if we go look at the other side, it is pretty darn straight, which I'm not about putting a porta power on this thing and trying to get it. Yeah, you can even see how kinked that thing is. Look at that, man. It is kinked down a good little bit. Because, like, if you come way up here like this, I believe it's kinked. I believe it's kinked. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to ask a couple of other guys what they think about the back of my cage. I'm going to see if they think it's kinked or not. And I'm going to talk to them. But I'm definitely building a front cage. I'm definitely going to keep my same roof. Some more proof of that my cage is bent in and kinked is that my roof has a big dent there, but look, it's kicked up here. Whenever you go all the way over here, it's flattened. It's got a big old flat spot in it from where my bar is kinked at. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have my work cut out for me pretty good. I've already inspected the frame and all the A-arms. It looks like everything held up really good on this bike except for the cage and the plastics. So I'm probably going to end up taking my rear plastics off right here to see exactly how damaged my rear cage is, because now I'm really noticing that my cage is really rubbing here. So I'm just gonna make notes, and I'm gonna really see how everything goes, because like I said, my shocks look good, thank goodness, because these shocks are outrageously expensive. Oh nope, I'm wrong. This plate right here is bent all the way out. That's why it looks so wrong. Looks like I'm gonna have to fabricate another one of those plates for my rear lift. See, this plate's fine. This one over here is she's kicked out pretty hard. Like I said, my shock looks good, but she's kicked out pretty hard here. So this right here has to be flattened there. So whenever I flipped, it must have, whenever it hit, it must have pushed in pretty hard on it. I don't see any kinks in my frame here. I don't see where I really need to be concerned about anything, you know. I don't see nothing that's really horrible, other than, you know, like, look, this right here, it's bent at like a 45-degree angle, which is not supposed to be. I can actually feel the thing underneath it. So that's just from that side being hit and this side being out, and that's probably what bent this. I don't see anything that could be problematic with this A-arm. It looks pretty symmetrical. Look at this one. It's looking pretty symmetrical. It's nice and flat. These are gusseted pretty good from the factory. But yeah, she's not kicked up. She's not broken. None of the welds are cracked on it. I'm really happy about that and stuff, because I really couldn't afford a set of A-arms for her. If it would have damaged my A-arms, I probably would end up parting this thing out. It'd be hard for me to do that though, because it's really a great bike. So the reason why this tire is all sucked in and stuff is because of that right there. It's causing it to be. And I'm sure these have had it now. Well, now these are tight. That's not good. No, that's not alright. They've got something going on here. I think this bar might be broken then. This bar right here might be kinked. No, about the same amount of clearance. Same amount of clearance. That bar must be kinked. Or my plate must be bent. Which I'm really hoping that my plate's not bent. Because these plates are really strong. They're really nice plates. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to find some more stuff that's wrong with it. If I find anything else that's wrong with it, there will be a part 2. But I'll make sure it's a big list like how this one was. Alright? Like and subscribe, please. Y'all follow me while I'm going through this build. You guys have a great one.